AS Biology. Welcome. Are you excited for a fun learning session? Make sure you have your book and a pen before we start. Today you are going to learn about water. Water. Metabolite. A metabolite is a substance that is used in metabolic reactions. Metabolic reaction that occurs inside a living organism and works to keep the organism alive. Water is made from two hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom covalent bonded together. Because the oxygen's nucleus is very positive, it is able to pull the electrons in the covalent bond further towards itself. This makes the oxygen slightly negative, and the hydrogen slightly positive. Because of the slight charges on the molecule, hydrogen bonds form between water molecules. Some of the properties of water are a high heat capacity, large latent heat of vaporization, strong cohesion between water molecules, excellent solvent. Many substances can dissolve in water. This is because water is polar. Water is a metabolite. Water is an essential reactant in many metabolic reactions. Hydrolysis reactions. A water molecule is needed to break some bonds and is produced in others. Condensation. Water is released when some bonds are formed. Water can resist temperature changes by acting as a buffer. A high heat capacity means water can absorb a lot of heat energy before its temperature change. This is because water has many hydrogen bonds and these can absorb a lot of energy. This is very important for living organisms because it helps to maintain a steady internal temperature. About 70% of a cell is water, and this means that in hot weather the water in cells does not change quickly and affect enzymes in the cells. It also makes water a good habitat. Water is unlikely to experience large temperature changes. Water has a high latent heat of vaporization. It takes a lot of energy to make water evaporate. This helps living organisms keep cool in hot weather. Sweating and so on. A lot of energy is absorbed, breaking the hydrogen bonds in the water molecules and evaporating the sweat. Plants lose water through their leaves, and when this evaporates, this cools the plant. Water is a liquid that many other substances can dissolve in. It is an excellent solvent. This is because water is polar. This means that it has slight charges. Many substances that are needed in metabolic reactions are ionic, which means that there is one positive atom and one negative. As water is charged, water can separate the ions. The positive ions will be surrounded by the slightly negative oxygen atoms. Water is an important solvent for living things, as it means that dissolved substances can be transported around the body. Due to the polarity, water molecules are attached to each other through hydrogen bonds. These bonds hold water together as it flows in columns in a process known as mass flow. This is what allows water to be drawn up through the xylem in plants. It is also what gives water its surface tension. These hydrogen holding water molecules together is what allows some insects to walk on water.